Continuing to help us get our life plan in place is David L. Carrier. Good morning. Thanks
Hi,
for being
Leanne. How
here.
are you?
Wonderful. I hope you had a Merry Christmas.
Very Merry Christmas. Thanks.
did.
You know, we're in that kind of weird time, you know,
Yeah.
where Christmas is over and the New Year hasn't started yet. You know, it's that
I know it.
people sort of half off for the kind of like that time.
But we have a lot to get in order, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. We were talking before the break about how in the last year we've had several hundred families have come through the workshop, come through the process, have their life plans in place, you know, doing all that good kind of stuff. But you know, I know a big star like you, people a little shy
Huge,
to
I'm
come up, huge. People afraid to come up to you, but you know, I get stopped all the time. You know, people, especially people who listen to the radio show on Sunday mornings. You know, and they're like, "Oh, so that's what you look like." You know, wow, sorry. But they'll come up and say, "Oh, you know, we really mean to get to one of those workshops, but just haven't gotten around to it yet." And so I encourage folks, like, "Come on, well, you know, every week."
Pretty laid back.
I mean,
right? Pretty laid back atmosphere when you're there, right?
Listen,
at your workshop?
it's cookies, it's coffee, it's
pretty
it's
laid back.
people just like you.
Yeah.
At the workshops. And so, you know, my question is always, well, why haven't you been to one yet? It can't be that we don't make them convenient.
Yeah.
If you're in Holland, we got workshops every other week in Holland. If you're in Muskegon, every other week in Muskegon.
Yeah.
Grand Rapids every single week. I mean, come on. We make it as easy as we can. It doesn't cost you anything, and it's a good way to get that conversation started in your family. You know, find out how this stuff works. You might as well.
And the thing is, like we were talked about, sometimes you learn from other people's questions too. You might just go there and actually come to sit and listen and realize all the things you didn't know that goes into something like
Exactly
this.
right. Exactly right. So you know, it's a good opportunity, and we. I want to tell you, we've been talking about Portage, Kalamazoo now forever, right? Well, we finally inked the deal. We have our first workshops are already scheduled. If you go to the website, you can actually sign up for the workshops now in all 4 locations, including Portage, Kalamazoo. So that's pretty much a done deal. That starts February.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait till February though.
Right.
So as you're drawing up, you know, your New Year's resolution list, this is an easy resolution to keep. This is easy.
Right.
I mean, if you're trying to lose weight, right? Well, okay, we got cookies.
Right.
Sorry. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
But so have an extra cup of coffee, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Anything that changed this year as far as that people need to know for next year when it comes to life planning?
The law changes on a monthly basis. It's one of those things. People sometimes will say, well, and we do have brochures, you know, what you need to know about Medicaid, what you need to know about planning. We do have a free brochure. Just pick up the phone. You know, if you don't feel just like coming to a workshop just yet, we'll just call and ask us for the brochure. You know, it's a booklet is what it is. A lot of good information on it. But when it comes to the particular, what are we going to do in your case, your situation, the law changes. Medicaid rules change on a monthly basis. We just got we're hopeful of resolving it, okay? But we just got some really kind of weird news. I'm not going to say which city it is, but one of the local cities has interpreted the law in a way that's just kind of bizarre to us, okay? And so we're getting some feedback now from our clients, and don't worry, we'll be, you know, we'll go after it. But it's one of those things where, you know, if it wasn't a free phone call, if we didn't stand behind what we do, some people, you know, when the government says one thing, you think, oh, I guess that must be right. Totally wrong.
Right.
They're totally wrong about it. And we're there, I mean, that's what we're here for, to make sure that those totally wrong things don't stand.
Right.
You know, to fight for our clients and make sure that things are correct. So, yeah, the law changes. You got to be alert not only to real changes in the law, but also to the way that municipalities may interpret the law. You know, it's one of those, you know, I forget who said it, eternal vigilance is the price of liberty, right? Well, eternal vigilance is the price of good planning.
So we got to get these people to your workshops
That's
this week. What do you have going on? I know it's a holiday week and all that, but what do you have going on?
We did a doubleheader on the 23rd, on Christmas Eve. And right now we're recharging and refreshing. Our workshops are now full. I was checking the website before I came in.
Okay.
Our workshops are now full until the 9th. So January 9th is the first time there's availability.
Okay.
So if you'd like to come to on the 9th, or these are the Muskegon workshops. We're doing doubleheader, Muskegon and Grand Rapids. So whether you're in Muskegon or Grand Rapids, those are available. You can also call the number, talk to one of our live people. You know, if you're not, because we have a lot of folks not really comfortable with the interwebs and all that high-tech stuff.
Yeah.
So that's fine. So just come on, just give us a call at the office.
Okay.
800 317-2812, that's right, 800-317-2812, or 361-8400. We've got 4 people answering the phones, so you'll get somebody, there you go, there's the phone number.
Yeah, there's your phone number
right
for you.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah, beautiful.
And if not, too, people can
Thanks, guys.
just stop by your office at 4965 East Beltline Northeast here in Grand Rapids, and you can get situated that way, too.
One thing I can't forget. Remember before Christmas we had Santa Claus came with Colin and don't forget, if you're coming to a workshop, and you'd like to, we're still doing Be a Santa to a Senior. That goes on until January. They have their meeting in January. But we'll be collecting items for grandparents and older people who are raising younger kids.
Okay.
Very, very important. They're foster parents, grandparents, older folks raising the younger kids. They don't get any compensation for toiletries or for cleaning products.
Okay.
And we're putting together the big barrels for them. So.
All right. Keep that in mind.
That would be something.
Very nice that you do that. All right, thanks so much. Have a happy New Year.
Thank you, Leanne. You
Absolutely.
too. You've got an exciting New Year coming up, don't you?
Absolutely. All right, once again, go to davidcarrierlaw.com.